So it's been a real kind of interesting week, and the one thing, the big takeaway from when meeting up with old friends and things is that you can kind of use that as a yardstick, as a tool to see how your life is progressing at the moment. We're all going through our own transformational journey at the moment, and life has its twists and turns, as we all know. So it's a real interesting one to kind of, when you finish meeting up with people, kind of reflecting on your own life and thinking, right, when we were, good friends, seeing each other every day, or whatever we do when we were younger, and how our lives have kind of changed throughout the period. So it was a nice time just to kind of reflect on my own experiences, what's been happening in the past, and looking towards the future, and making sure I'm keeping old friends into my future, if that makes sense. So yeah, it was a real pleasure meeting up with people again, and even being outside and just sharing a coffee or something. Just going back to some kind of normalcy, which was great during this time of during this pandemic. So I think it kind of had like a double bonus for me, where I was able to meet up with good friends again and just talk and catch up, but also just do something which is kind of like normal, which we were doing prior to the pandemic starting. So that was a thrill, and something which definitely we will be doing again. So as I was mentioning, when you do look at the past and look at friendships, specifically, the lessons we can learn from our friendships in the past can really help shape our future. So examples could be, how did you meet these people? What were you doing? What were your common interests? Do you still have these interests now? Do you still have the same kind of values and beliefs as you did when you first met these people? And that was a real big one for me. It's a real kind of realization that over 10, 15 years, how your own kind of beliefs and values can change. And it could be for the best, it could be for the worst. I'm not there to judge anyone, but it's a real interesting one to think at how we can change our own beliefs and values over time without actually realizing it. So you could be talking to an old friend and, say, oh, do you remember when we did this and did that? And, if you think of that now, would you do the same thing again? Would you be that kind of adventurous or risk taking? So it's a real interesting one to start thinking about how our own, as I said, our own values have changed over time, and really looking at why our values have changed. What made it happen? Has it just been a kind of a gradual change, or did you have a big kind of life experience which changed your whole outlook on things? So it's a real interesting one. So definitely, I really suggest that reaching out to old friends and just kind of reigniting that friendship and seeing what happens. It could be something simple, such as saying hi, catching up, say making sure everyone's okay, just checking in, or it could be a more kind of deep and meaningful kind of conversation, where you talk about the past, what's happening, but then move on to kind of more future, or what's happening in the now, really. So it's a really interesting one to look into. So yeah, really suggest this. So moving on from kind of friendships, it made me start thinking about, can we do this with our family? Maybe we've been in situations where we've lost touch of family members, for multiple reasons. And during the pandemic, I think this has been the best time to really reach out to old kind of family and friends, and just putting out an olive branch and just seeing if there's still any kind of relationship there. Are you able to save this relationship? Are you able just to plant a seed, just so they know that you're there if you need them to talk to you or to reach out? So it's a good way just to kind of reflect on what happened in the past. Is it still in the past? Is it something you can get over with? And especially for family now, when we the whole world has been through so much trauma at the moment, and it's just nice to reach out and just ask how people are. Hopefully the family and their family are all safe, and COVID hasn't had much of an effect on them. And yeah, I think reaching out to long lost family kind of members would be really beneficial, just to see if there is any way back, to kind of repair this relationship? Or if not, what